Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, hope you are having a fantastic day today. Today I am going to show you 4 Parkour games that you guys can play on a low-end PC. The games I am going to tell you will get 30 FPS constant, maybe more, or maybe less depending on your PC and laptops. So before we get started, I want you to like the video and subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. On the number 5 spot we have Mirror Edge. Mirror Edge is an action-adventure platform game where the player must control the protagonist, Faith Connors, from a first-person perspective and navigate a city. To progress through the game and its storyline, the player needs to complete a series of levels that involve performing a linear sequence of acrobatic maneuvers. These include jumping between rooftops, running across walls, climbing pipes, walking along ledges, sliding down zip lines, and getting past opponents controlled by the game's artificial intelligence. Faith's arms, legs, and torso are prominent, and their visibility is used to convey her movement and interactions with the environment. Her momentum is an important aspect of the gameplay, as preserving it through multiple obstacles allows the player to run faster, jump farther, and climb higher. To help players chain moves seamlessly, the game employs a navigation system called Runner Vision, which turns certain objects in a bold red color as Faith approaches them, allowing the player to instantly recognize paths and escape routes. Although the player can perform melee attacks and disarm opponents, using weapons is generally discouraged as they slow Faith down and hinder her acrobatic abilities. For example, carrying a weapon that is heavier than a pistol prevents the player from being able to jump and grab ledges. Weapons have a finite magazine and must be discarded when they run out of ammunition. If Faith has preserved enough momentum, the player may use an ability called Reaction Time, which temporarily slows the gameplay down and allows the player to time their next move. Faith has a certain amount of health which automatically regenerates when she does not take damage for a brief period. If Faith falls off a significantly high position or her health is fully depleted, the player must start the level again from the latest checkpoint. In each level, the player may also find and collect 3 hidden yellow bags. These encourage the player to explore the game and unlock achievements. The minimum requirements for Mirror Edge are Intel Pentium, 1 GB of RAM and Intel HD graphics. So definitely give it a try. On the number 4 spot we have the Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. The player controls Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who goes undercover and infiltrates the Sun On Yi Triad organization. The initial missions of the game are a linear tutorial for controlling the character. After these missions, the player is allowed to explore the game's world and take part in side missions and other activities. Shen navigates the world by running, jumping, climbing over obstacles, swimming, and driving cars, boats, and motorcycles. The heads-up display (HUD) interface features a mini-map that indicates targets, key locations, safe houses and contact points, and Shen's current position. The mini-map incorporates 2 meters, one shows Shen's health and the other his face. When the face meter fills, upgrades are unlocked such as health regeneration, improved combat abilities and reduced equipment costs. The HUD also displays the weapon carried and its ammunition count. The game features role-playing elements based on 3 types of experience points: Triad, Face, and Police XPs. Triad XP is obtained through melee combat and violent actions such as environmental kills. Triad XP awarded is directly proportional to the complexity of attacking moves. Face XP, obtained in civilian side missions, fills Shen's face meter and unlocks cosmetic items such as clothes and vehicles. By reaching a higher face level, the player can freely buy vehicles or clothing. When it is full, Shen gains health regeneration, increased attack damage and other benefits. Police XP is gained by minimizing civilian casualties and property damage in missions and by completing police side missions. Gaining XP unlocks abilities such as hot wiring cars and disarming opponents. The clothes, accessories and vehicles purchased by Shen affect non-player characters' reactions toward him. The player may also collect jade statues used to unlock melee combat skills. The system requirements for Sleeping Dogs are 2 GB of RAM, a dual-core processor and Intel HD graphics. Guys, you can run the game on these requirements, but it will not be playable. You guys at least need Intel HD 3000 graphics to run the game on 25 to 30 FPS constant. On the number 3 spot we have Assassin's Creed series. The Assassin's Creed games are centered around one or more fictional members of the Order of the Assassins, whose memories are experienced by an in-game character in the modern-day period through the use of a device called the Animus and its derivations. The Animus allows the user to explore these memories passed down via genetics. Within the context of the game, this provides a diegetic interface to the real-world player of the game, showing them elements like health bars, a mini-map, and target objectives, as if presented by the Animus. Additionally, should the player cause the historical character to die or fail a mission, this is rectified as desynchronization of the genetic memory, allowing the player to try the mission again. The Animus also imparts special abilities to the modern-day character that helps them to see their target in a crowd or other unique points of interest. While playing as the assassin characters, the games are generally presented from a third-person perspective in an open-world environment, focusing on stealth and parkour. The games use a mission structure to follow the main story, generally assigning the player to complete an assassination of public figureheads or a covert mission. Alternatively, several side missions are available, such as mapping out the expansive cities from a high perch followed by performing a leap of faith into a haystack below, collecting treasures hidden across the cities, exploring ruins for relics, building a brotherhood of assassins to perform other tasks, or funding the rebuilding of a city through purchasing and upgrading of shops and other features. At times, the player is in direct control of the modern-day character who by nature of the Animus use has learned assassin techniques through the bleeding effect, as well as their genetic ability of eagle vision, which separates friend, foe and assassination targets by illuminating people in different colors. Through the Animus interface, the player can go back to retry any past mission already completed. For example, in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the player achieves better synchronization results by performing the mission in a specific manner, such as by only killing the mission's target. The games use the concept of active versus passive moves, with active moves, such as running, climbing the sides of buildings, or jumping between rooftops, more likely to alert the attention of nearby guards. When the guards become alerted, the player must either fight them or break their line of sight and locate a hiding place, such as a haystack or a well, and wait until the guard's alert is reduced. The combat system allows for a number of unique weapons, armor, and moves, including the use of a hidden blade set in a bracer on the assassin's arm, and which also can be used to quietly assassinate targets. Forgotten Sands is available on all major gaming platforms and features many of the fan-favorite elements from the original series as well as new gameplay innovations, according to a press release from Ubisoft. The DS, PSP and Wii versions were developed separately and feature different gameplay than the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and Windows versions. With Ubisoft's feature Uplay, players may unlock Ezio, the main character from Assassin's Creed 2. In the PS3's Xbox 360 PC game, throughout the game the prince learns new powers. The biggest new feature is the addition of elemental powers, which behave as power-ups, enhancing the prince's ability in battles and allowing him to access unreachable areas. There are 4 core powers in the game: fire, ice, wind, and earth. Each of them translates to a different power during combat, such as the ability to solidify water fountains and turn them into climbable columns. Besides these core powers, there are also minor powers that can be purchased to enhance the prince's abilities from Razia. These minor powers include a shield and the power to summon small tornadoes. The combat in the game is similar to combat mechanics found in the Sands of Time. The prince will be able to fight multiple enemies in one battle, up to 50 at once. An important part of the combat is crowd control and evading enemies, as well as combos. The prince cannot block during combat, and there are no quick time events. So guys, that's all for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel.